Fans agree. Captain America: Civil War is one of the best superhero movies ever made, but just because it's awesome doesn't mean it's perfect. We're more than willing to forgive Marvel their few mistakes. But in the spirit of constructive criticism, here is a look at some of the dumb things in Captain America: Civil War that everyone just ignored. Tony Stark's terrible phone. Product placement in big movies is inescapable these days, but this is pure marketing shenanigans run amok. In the first Iron Man film, Stark used what was at the time the most cutting-edge phone around, the LG VX9400.
Iron Man ability, LG ingenuity, together in every LG phone.
In Iron Man 2, he got a slate of sci-fi glass branded with LG and Stark Tech logos. But in Civil War, it's a Vivo V3, a fairly cheap phone mainly available in Asia. The move was done for product placement for when the movie showed in that market, but for a tech billionaire like Stark, it just seems silly. He should be using something so cool we can't even imagine it, not something anyone could pick up at a corner shop. That security camera on a nowhere back road. Bad Guy Helmut Zemo has a sinister plan that revolves around grainy security footage of the Winter Soldier killing Tony Stark's parents. So, two big questions here. Why is there a security camera on a random deserted backwoods road? And how on earth did the footage survive the present day, considering Winter Soldier shoots out the camera when he's done? It's an amazing coincidence beyond belief that there just happened to be a security camera on a tree right where Howard Stark's car crashed. Unless that's the Winter Soldier's lucky killing tree. How'd they make that Spidey suit so fast? Tony Stark convinces Spider-Man to join his cause, in part with the promise of building him a high-tech new costume.
You're in dire need of an upgrade. Systemic, top to bottom. 100-point restoration, that's why I'm here.
Just a few hours later, Spidey shows up already wearing the completed suit. That was fast. Has Tony secretly been working on a Spider-Man suit in his spare time all along? Maybe Tony's hobby is designing clothes for all of his buddies. That would explain the Vision sweaters anyway. That scheme's not what it seems. Zemo's big plan to cause the Avengers to destroy themselves works amazingly well, especially considering it doesn't actually make any sense and relies entirely on coincidence.
An empire toppled by its enemies can rise again, but one which crumbles from within, that's dead.
For starters, there's that unexplained tree-based security camera footage we mentioned earlier, but that's just the start. What about the fact that the big showdown at the end of the film only works if Iron Man happens to follow Captain America to the bunker? That's something Zemo couldn't possibly have known would happen. If Iron Man had stayed put, the end of the movie would have just been Cap kicking Zemo's butt and then stomping the incriminating videotape into pieces. An even bigger coincidence? His plan is designed to cause the Avengers to fight amongst themselves. But by the time his plan starts, they are already fighting with each other over the Sokovia Accords.
Sometimes I want to punch you in your perfect teeth.
Which means his whole plan is kinda pointless, especially since he could have accomplished everything he wanted by simply emailing the video to Tony Stark, instead of trying to trick him into flying all the way to Siberia to view it on a VHS tape. Hey, Tony could have just watched the video on his Vivo smartphone. Whatever happened to that doomsday virus? The movie begins with a breathless action sequence as the Avengers try to stop the villain Crossbones from stealing a deadly biological weapon. Just as Captain America is about to learn who's behind the theft, Crossbones blows himself up. And then, everyone gets so busy making speeches they forget to wonder who was hiring supervillains to steal the doomsday virus, and more importantly, why? Was it Zemo? Or maybe the ghost of Robert Redford? Or was Ultron up to his old tricks again? Maybe we'll learn the answer when everyone suddenly turns into zombies in Avengers 3. Where were Nick Fury and S.H.I.E.L.D.? Nick Fury was basically the architect of the Marvel Cinematic Universe and played a significant role in just about every big event within the MCU. Well, at least he did. Because you'd think he might have something to say about the events of Civil War, yet he was completely and mysteriously absent from the film.
Get me off the grid!
Also missing? Fury's second in command, Maria Hill, who we last saw helping train the new super team at the end of Age of Ultron. So, what the heck happened to her? And then there's the total absence of S.H.I.E.L.D., which has been going strong on television even as the movies continue to conspicuously ignore their existence. Given that S.H.I.E.L.D.'s whole mission at the beginning of the MCU is to provide oversight to superhero activities, it would make sense for them to be at least a little involved with the Sokovia Accords. But apparently S.H.I.E.L.D., Nick Fury, and Maria Hill were all busy taking a long vacation in Tahiti.
You should go sometime.
Where?
Tahiti. It's a magical place.
Flip-floppers. Between Tony Stark's creation Ultron blowing up Sokovia in Avengers Age of Ultron, and the Scarlet Witch taking out a part of a building in Civil War, the Avengers sure have a lot to answer for. But not to the government. Remember, this is the same government that tried to nuke New York City in Avengers.
I got a nuke coming in. It's gonna blow in less than a minute.
It's beyond hypocritical for the government to get upset at the Avengers for causing collateral damage when they were planning to kill literally millions of their own citizens to stop some aliens. The recruits don't fit. When it's time for the big showdown, Captain America and Iron Man go on recruiting missions. But the folks they end up with don't really make sense. In Ant-Man, Scott Lang spends the whole film trying to go straight, leaving the criminal life behind so he could be a good dad to his daughter. That goes out the window with no explanation, as Ant-Man becomes a fugitive again, pretty much because he has a man crush on Chris Evans. Which, fair enough.
Wow, this is awesome. Captain America. I know you too. You're great. Jeez.
And that goes double for Hawkeye, who actually retired at the end of Avengers 2 to spend time with his wife and family, only to end up in a secret prison in the middle of the ocean. Because, well, we don't know why, because it's never addressed.
Hey, Clint.
Hey, man.
Clearly retirement doesn't suit you. You got tired of shooting golf?
Well, I played 18, shot 18. Just can't seem to miss.
Meanwhile, on the other side, Tony Stark goes ahead and recruits a nerdy high school kid and throws him into combat against Captain Freaking America, not to mention the Winter Soldier, the deadliest assassin the world has ever known.
You have a metal arm? That is awesome, dude!
That's just negligent. Aunt May would never be cool with that, Tony. That's a straight up deal breaker, dude.
Before I knew what it was!
Thanks for watching. Click the looper icon to subscribe to our YouTube channel and watch more videos like the one you just saw. And don't forget to check out all this cool stuff we know you'll love too.